sweetheart. How
Hi,
are you today?
I'm doing good.
Okay. What episode is this?
So we are in episode 8, our Halloween episode.
Okay, for what podcast?
Grim Geography.
Grim Geography.
So-
Okay.
Happy Halloween to those who celebrate.
Yes. This is actually being filmed on another day, but it's going to be airing Halloween Day.
Yeah, I was going to do like scarecrow makeup for Halloween, but we tend to film multiple episodes.
Yes.
So I couldn't really...
Yes.
Do
You
it.
didn't want to terrify anybody.
So we got the darker makeup.
Yes.
Got the BTS Halloween hoodie.
Okay.
There is another hoodie I really want for my birthday, by the way.
Okay. Her birthday is in November.
Hence, I'm starting early.
Yes.
So, I really wanted to do an episode for Halloween. So, I picked one of the more famous Halloween cases.
Okay. Is this going to scare the crap out of me?
No.
Okay. I do not like horror movies. I love real mysteries and stuff like that, but I don't like Friday the 13th.
Barely tolerated Walking Dead.
Yes. So I like Walking Dead. So
Okay.
The Shining is the movie that turned me off to movies.
Okay, you had problems with some aspects of supernatural.
Yes, but that also has to do with the fact that I don't believe in...
Well, but that was before all that happened, the early seasons. You weren't a fan of the campy early seasons.
No, I wasn't. It's just, it depends on what it is, but I definitely do not like...
She doesn't like being
So we're now watching the shows that are Friday the 13th, murders on Friday the 13th that have to do with it. I watched one. I'm not watching another one.
And then I also want to watch the real Nightmare on Elm Street.
No.
You're no fun.
I'll try one and see if I can stand it. But most of the time, no.
It's very famous amongst parents. It kind of played into that whole urban legend of the poison candy.
Okay.
So, we are going to October 31st, 1974 with Ronald Clark O'Bryan.
Okay.
Who is nicknamed the Candyman.
Okay.
For you guys don't know, this is an urban legend specific to the United States because Halloween trick-or-treating is more of us.
Yes.
So what it is, it's a myth where a stranger purposely hides drugs, poison, razor blades, and candy, and then gives it out to children who are trick-or-treating with the intention of purposely hurting them.
Okay.
And so a lot of parents are very paranoid.
Yes. Well,
with this.
they wouldn't take... it's so funny. Even though I grew up in a very, very small town and everybody knew everybody else, we weren't allowed to accept apples from other places.
Because the candied apple is the whole razors.
And we weren't allowed to take candy that was open in baggies. It had to be sealed. It had to be sealed in an actual package.
Okay.
So, and literally, I grew up in a town, very small town.
I grew up trick-or-treating in the Ritz neighborhoods.
Yes. We took them to the places where they gave out full candy bars.
So, and then also, if you guys know what Candyman, it is a horror movie.
Yes.
It was in 1992 a horror movie titled Candyman, in which it's a good horror movie. I know you don't, I know.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
No, it's the,
I saw The Shining. That was enough.
we have to avoid, we literally time our horror movies to when we know you're getting up.
Yes. I sleep in. I am not a morning person. So my husband and Peyton get up early. So they watch their shows before I get up. Mm-hmm. Because the dogs get Peyton up way early. The only time I get up with the dogs is when she's out of town or spent the night at her sister's or something like that. And then 9 times out of 10, I get the dogs up from my husband who is disabled, and I go back to bed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you go back to bed. I'm not allowed that luxury.
Yes.
I have to sleep on the couch if I want to sleep.
Yes, the dogs are bad. No,
Okay.
they're not. They're sweet.
Debatable sometimes. So, okay. O'Brien. He lived with his wife, their son Timothy, and their daughter Elizabeth in Deer Park, Texas.
Okay.
He worked as an optician at Texas State Optical in Sharpstown, Houston. He was a deacon at the Second Baptist Church where he sang in the choir and ran a local bus program. So
he was a deacon?
So I'm not so I will fully admit I'm not familiar with the hierarchy in Baptist churches.
Well, it's kind of the same.
I had to look it up.
Okay.
So a deacon, he is an ordained minister of an order ranking below that a priest.
Okay.
I got that. So I did get that from a very basic Google search. So if that is incorrect, please let me know. Because I don't like.
Yes.
I don't like giving incorrect information, but that was from a very basic Google
Today
search.
we have to correct a bunch of stuff on our other.
Yeah, we have to refilm an episode.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to that. On October 31st, 1974, O'Brien...
October 31st. That's Halloween, right?
Yes. O'Brien took his 2 children trick-or-treating in a neighborhood in Pasadena, Texas.
Yes.
He was joined by his neighbor and their children. So after visiting a home where the occupant failed to answer the door, the children grew impatient and ran ahead to the next home, while O'Brien stayed behind.
Okay.
He eventually caught up with the group and produced 5 21-inch Pixy Stix. So there are these tubes that have like powdered candy in them.
You dip the thing.
These are the straight Pixy Stix.
Oh, the Pixy Stix. Okay.
No, yeah, like they're the big ones that are like the giant tubes.
Okay.
They're just
where you tear off the end and you go like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ones you confiscate from Jeddah.
Yes. Yeah.
All the time.
Yes.
So he eventually, which he would later claim he was given from the occupant of the house that had not answered the door.
Okay.
So
He gave them to his own children?
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the end of the evening, O'Brien gave each of his neighbors 2 children a Pixy Stix and one to Timothy and Elizabeth. Upon returning home, O'Brien gave the 5th to a 10-year-old boy whom he recognized from his church.
Okay.
So before bed, Timothy asked to eat some of the candy he collected, and according to O'Brien, he chose the Pixy Stick. Timothy had trouble getting the powdered candy out of the straw, so O'Brien helped him loosen the powder. After tasting the candy, Timothy complained that it tasted bitter. O'Brien then gave him Kool-Aid to wash away the taste, which everyone knows. You don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Everyone knows this. So Timothy immediately began to complain that his stomach hurt and ran to the bathroom where he began vomiting and convulsing. O'Brien later claimed he held Timothy while he was vomiting and the child went limp in his arms. Timothy O'Brien died en route to the hospital less than an hour after consuming the candy.
Okay.
I think you have thoughts.
Yeah,
that
I have
I'll probably
thoughts.
answer.
Yeah.
So Timothy's death from poisoned Halloween candy raised fear in the community. Naturally.
Of course it did.
So I wanted it to be noted that this is the only case of poisoned Halloween candy.
Yes. These are all urban legends. There are no...
These don't happen.
Yes.
So this is the only known case of poisoned Halloween candy.
Yes.
And
I believe it.
And it was it was intentionally for 2 people. Which, yeah. So numerous parents in Deer Park and the surrounding area turned in candy their children got from trick-or-treating to the police, fearing it was laced with poison.
Did you imagine me telling you you had to turn your candy in because it might be poisoned?
No, you just bribed me with bags of candy, with a bag of candy.
So since Peyton has been old enough to answer the door, I go and I buy a bag of candy for her.
Or fruit snacks.
or fruit snacks, something like that, and that's her treat. And then she hands out the candy at our back door. Now, recently,
We don't really do it
We
anymore.
don't get kids anymore, but we used to get so many kids
We did
that we
usually-
used to have to go to the store and buy more
Or you
candy.
took mine.
What?
Or you took mine.
Yes, I did take hers and then replaced it. But literally, we used to get hundreds of kids.
Mm-hmm.
But because we have dogs now and we can't really open the door, we block off our door and turn our light off. But we still, before we started doing that, we still were maybe getting 1 or 2 kids.
I mean, it was fine when it was Luna and Max, or one of our other dogs that died, and Max, because they were both very friendly. We have a very unfriendly dog.
Yes, we have one that will charge the door and eat you.
My best friend calls her a murder floof, which is, if you know Ruby, it's pretty accurate. She's a very sweet dog, though.
Yes.
When she lets you kind of in her circle. Police did not initially suspect O'Bryan of any wrongdoing until the autopsy came back. Timothy had consumed a pixie stick that was laced with a fatal dose of potassium cyanide.
Isn't that,
That's what they used to execute prisoners in the gas chamber.
oh my God.
A fatal dose of potassium cyanide. Oh, it gets better. This gets better.
He killed his own kid?
Mm-hmm. 4 of the 5 Pixy Stix O'Bryan claimed to have received were recovered by authorities from the other children, none of whom had consumed the candy. The parents of the 5th child became hysterical when they could not locate the candy after police had notified them. So they were notified. They ran upstairs, fearing the worst.
Yeah.
They found their child asleep with the pixie stick in his hand. He couldn't get the wrapper undone.
Oh my God.
So for people who don't know, pixie sticks are stapled shut.
Yes, and you have to...
They're like sealed, but then like their wrapper is stapled on top of them. So like the only really easy way to get it is you have to cut it.
Cut it, and once it's cut, you have to go kind of like that to get it to go down in it, because you wet it with your mouth, so you have to keep on going.
Yeah, well, it depends on the tube you get. Like the paper ones, yes, but like this is the big one, so they're like that like plasticky
Yes. Okay.
one. So all 5 pixie sticks have been opened, with the top 2 inches refilled with cyanide powder and resealed with a staple. According to pathologists who tested the pixie sticks, the candy consumed by Timothy contained enough cyanide to kill 2 adults, while the other 4 contained enough to kill 3 to 4 adults.
Oh my God.
So initially, he told police that he couldn't remember which house gave him the pixie sticks.
And how old was his daughter?
Timothy was 8. His daughter was younger.
Okay, so she wouldn't be
She
able
was like
to...
5.
So she wouldn't be able to say, oh, it was this house.
No, she was like 5, I
Okay.
think.
It's like you wouldn't recognize the houses, especially if you'd gone to
Especially
so many
dark,
houses.
and especially dark. But also, that kid didn't really stand up for him for police because it was raining. They had only taken their kids to 2 streets.
So he was saying he didn't remember what house, and he had only been on 2 streets?
Uh-huh. And only 1 house did not pass out candy on those 2 streets.
Oh my God. What a fucking moron.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, bad words.
No, you say that. You'll say that a lot, because as I was doing this case, I was saying that, like, what are you doing?
Oh my God.
So, and then, of course, the suspicion increased when they realized none of the houses passed out pixie sticks.
Even the house that was not handing out candy still didn't have pixie. So,
Yep.
what?
So,
Oh my God.
so after walking the neighborhood with police 3 times, O'Bryan finally led them to the house where no one had answered the door. He claimed he went back there before catching up with the group. He said the owner of the home did not turn the lights on, but did crack the door open and hand him 5 pixie sticks. He claimed to have only seen the man's arm, which he described as hairy. The home was owned by a man named Courtney Melvin.
Do you have hairy arms?
No.
Oh, okay. Just
But
curious.
it gets better. Melvin was an air traffic controller at William B. Hobby Airport and did not get home from work until 11 p.m. on Halloween.
So there was some guy who broke into his home and started handing out Pixy Stix.
Yeah, it had a hairy arm.
It had a hairy arm.
And he was ruled out immediately because over 200 people could testify that he was at work.
Okay. So he had some hairy man in his house
Who creepily cracked the door open with no lights on and just like
handed him out.
Kind of like a drug deal.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Oh, well, that went over well.
Right? Perfect. It's perfect. Yeah. So as their investigation progressed, police learned O'Bryan was over $100,000 in debt, which is, so in 2020, so this is equivalent to 2024, which is about $640,000.
Okay. In 2024.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a lot of money back then.
It was a lot of money.
And had a history of being unable to hold a job.
Oh.
In the 10 years preceding the crime, O'Bryan had held 21 different jobs.
Oh my God.
So at the time of his arrest, he was suspected of theft at his job at the Texas State Optical and was close to being fired.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's a definite
Arizona tea, you guys.
It's definitely not my energy drink. It's my favorite flavor too. It's my new favorite flavor. It's apple and lime, and it's only exclusive at 7-Eleven. Yeah. Also may have been my excuse to go see the really cute gas station person.
Yes, he is very cute. There are 2 7-Elevens at the top of our hill across from each other. But he's usually working in the bigger one. And so I have to cross the street and make a left-hand turn and go into that one.
I make her.
And then come out and around to go to that one instead of the one that's on our side of the street.
You know what? He's cute.
Yes, he is very cute. And he flirts with her every time we go in there.
Mm-hmm. So his car was also about to be repossessed. He had defaulted on several bank loans, and the family home had been foreclosed on.
Okay.
I wonder where the wife was with all this.
I don't know.
Like, wouldn't you know your partner was that far in debt?
You would think, unless, what year was it?
1974.
Well, that's kind of when the men handled everything and the wife stayed at home.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to be, chauvinistic, but that's kind of what it was.
Mm-hmm. So, the police also learned this is where he really messed up.
He had it in his house, the drugs.
No.
Oh.
He had taken out life insurance policies on his children in the beginning of the year. Oh no, it gets better. It gets better. So in January 1974, he had taken out $10,000, so that's equivalent to $63,758 in 2024. Life insurance policies on both of his children.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me he took out like $100,000.
No. 1 month before Timothy's death, he had taken out an additional $20,000.
On both children or just Timothy?
Both children.
Oh.
That is equivalent to $127,500 now. And that was despite the objections of his insurance agency.
Okay.
In the days leading up to his death, he had taken out another $20,000 on each child.
So we're now looking at $50,000 for each child. That's a lot of money.
So the various policies totaled approximately $100,000.
Okay. So literally he wasn't just trying to kill one, he was trying to kill both.
Uh-huh. So that's equivalent to $637,600 in 2024.
Okay. So, and his wife didn't know about the policies?
She maintains that she never knew about those policies.
Well, if she didn't sign them, I mean, it's
Mhm.
possible.
And then on the morning after Timothy's death, O'Brien called the agencies to ask about how to collect on the policy.
Right
The
after?
morning after.
Well, a lot of people do that because they need the money to bury the person.
But
But
it's the fact that it was an unusual death, so like his funeral and all that would have been delayed anyways
yes,
because they were doing autopsies and all that
yes,
and a police investigation. So
yeah. The only one who would have been able to collect was his wife.
and he wanted to benefit. He wanted some benefits from this. Shortly before Halloween,
Yes.
they learned that he had visited a chemical supply store in Houston to buy cyanide. He did leave without purchasing anything after he learned that the smallest amount available to purchase was 5 pounds. So I did not know in 1974 that I could walk into a chemical supply shop and buy cyanide.
Oh, I'm sure. Can't you buy it now on the internet?
Yeah, but that's tracked.
Yeah,
Tracked
but
more
I'm
than
sure
anything
you
now.
could. I'm sure you'd get away with it.
But like, no, I'm talking about as a general public.
Yes. Back then, I'm sure you could buy anything.
Probably.
You could probably buy the stuff to make meth.
So that is finally when they started to suspect that he laced the candies with poison in an effort to kill his children to collect their life insurance policies.
Oh my god. You know how pissed I'd be if my husband tried to kill my kids?
Mhm.
Well, he succeeded in one of them.
So they do believe he gave the other children poison candy in an effort to cover up the crime.
Okay. So that's okay. Kill 5 kids so you can
Kill
get
3 that are not
100,000.
yours.
Yeah, get $100,000 in life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's okay. Kill.
Police questioned him, and he, to his dying day, maintained his innocence. Because you gotta remember, this is Texas. He killed a child.
Oh yeah, he'd be
And
going.
attempted
He'd be going to the electric chair
attempted four murders
of children.
of children in Texas.
He'd be going to the electric chair.
So, although the police never discovered when or where he bought the poison, he was arrested for Timothy's murder on November 5th, 1974.
Okay.
So they got him pretty quickly.
Yeah.
He was indicted on 1 count of capital murder and 4 counts of attempted murder. O'Brien pleaded not guilty to all crimes. His trial began in Houston on May 5th, 1975.
Okay.
So during the trial, a chemist who was acquainted with O'Brien testified that in summer 1973, O'Brien contacted him asking about cyanide and how much would be fatal. So the year before.
Will that not be good?
A chemical supply salesman also testified that O'Brien had asked him how to purchase cyanide. Friends and co-workers testified that in the months before Timothy's death, O'Brien showed an unusual interest in cyanide and spoke about how much it would take to kill a person.
What? People, if you're gonna kill somebody, don't talk about it, especially your kid.
O'Brien's sister-in-law and brother-in-law testified on the day of Timothy's funeral. He spoke about using the money from Timothy's insurance policy to take a long vacation and buy other items. So, additionally, his wife rejected the claim that Timothy chose the Pixy Stix, stating that O'Brien had in fact forced him to choose it.
So the wife was not standing by him.
Oh no. So O'Brien continued to maintain his innocence. His defense mainly drew upon the decades-old urban legend concerning a quote-unquote mad poisoner who hands out Halloween candy laced with poison or needles or candy apples with razor blades inserted.
Yeah.
These stories, have persisted despite the fact that there are no documented
Yes.
cases of strangers poisoning Halloween candy. I'm sorry to say, no one's going to give your kids drugs just because those are expensive. And also,
Yes.
why would they want to share?
Yes.
Like, those are expensive.
Yes.
The case and trial garnered national attention, and the press dubbed O'Brien the Candyman.
Oh my God.
On June 3rd, 1975, a jury took 46 minutes to find him guilty.
That it? 46 minutes?
46 minutes to find him guilty of capital murder and 4 counts of attempted murder.
He killed kids. Or he killed one. His own.
46 minutes. That's one of the shortest I've ever seen.
Well, if they come back within an hour, you be going to jail.
It's okay. The jury took 72 minutes to sentence him to death.
Yeah. And doesn't it have to be unanimous
Yeah.
in
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Shortly after he was convicted, his wife filed for divorce. She later remarried and her new husband adopted her daughter Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Good on her. So at the time, men sentenced to death under Texas law were confined to the Ellis 1 unit near Huntsville, Texas. According to Reverend Carol Pickett, a former chaplain who worked for the Texas Department of Criminal Justice, O'Bryan was shunned and despised by his fellow death row inmates for killing his child and was absolutely friendless, which, don't, that's the one big thing.
Well, they say that Scott Peterson was shunned and everything. And now I think he's only got life in prison. I think his death thing is overturned.
I think it was commuted.
Yeah, but he was beaten in jail unmercifully. So
the inmates reportedly petitioned to hold an organized demonstration on O'Brien's execution date to express their hatred of him.
I believe it.
I do too. And I would probably allow it.
So would I. Well, they say people who kill their kids or kill kids or anything sexual assault, that's another one, do not do well in prison.
They're like, was it like 15 times more likely to die or something like that? Be killed by a fellow inmate?
Yes.
So his first execution date was set for August 8th, 1980.
Okay, so that's about 5 or 6 years later.
His attorney successfully petitioned for a stay of execution.
Okay.
Second date was scheduled for May 25th, 1982. That date was also postponed. Judge Michael McSpadden scheduled a third execution date for October 31st, 1982, the 8th anniversary of the crime. And he offered to personally drive O'Brien to the death chamber.
Oh, God.
You have to be a very hated man.
Yeah, for the judge to offer to drive you.
Who was basically like, this is the final one, and I will take him personally to the death chamber.
Yeah. So he was executed.
Uh-huh. His execution was supposed to be the first time Texas used a lethal injection.
Okay.
But that did end up going to somebody else. The title ended up going to someone else because of how many times his execution was stayed. Okay. So this is right when they accepted lethal injection.
They went from the firing, what was it? The electric chair? Mm-hmm. Okay, because we talked about that some have the hanging and the firing squad.
Yes. So the Supreme Court delayed it once again to allow him time to seek a new trial. A fourth date was scheduled for March 31st, 1984. O'Brien's lawyer sought a forced stay on the basis that lethal injection was a cruel and unusual punishment.
Okay, but killing this kid with cyanide was not?
Apparently.
I heard you suffer.
You held him. You literally watched him convulse and vomited.
Yeah.
That child suffered. Have you ever actually seen cyanide poisoning?
I have.
You suffer.
Yes. I've heard that they're in a lot of pain and, it's...
That's why the gas chamber is considered so inhumane.
Yeah.
So, on March 28th, a federal judge rejected the request. On March 31st, 1984, shortly after midnight, O'Brien was executed by lethal injection at the Huntsville unit. His last meal consisted of a steak, French fries, ketchup, whole kernel corn, sweet peas, lettuce and tomato salad with egg and French dressing, iced tea, sweeteners, saltines, Boston cream pie, and rolls. I never understood the point of a last meal.
I don't either. Some places don't let you have a last meal.
No.
Some places...
I keep going to adjust my glasses.
Yeah, it would turn on. So, I don't understand the last meal. So, some places will give you a meal of what is the best meal there. But they don't give you a last meal. I mean, they give you a last meal, but it isn't like, some places will give you like fried chicken and stuff like that.
It's
But
usually
I
fried
think a
chicken, mac and
steak and
cheese.
all that stuff is
It's
ridiculous.
usually like fried chicken, mac and cheese, corn, and
It
a
depends on where
dessert.
you are.
And a dessert usually, but it's usually something like that.
Yeah.
It's usually like a protein, a
I
starch, a
think
carb.
Washington is what their best meal is in prison.
It is. When we had the death penalty,
Yeah.
we
I
abolished
don't
it a
remember.
couple years ago.
Yeah, I don't remember what it is.
So, okay, hi. I got curious with our comments about last meal, and I did some digging. So in the state of Washington, when we still had death row, we did allow prisoners to pick their last meal, so we did actually go out and get those. It wasn't just what was served in the cafeteria that day. Texas, though, ended the practice in 2011, saying that it was an inmate named Lawrence Brewer's last request was so extravagant that they did away with it altogether, and now they get whatever the cafeteria is serving that day. So, what people are saying, and this is coming from BBC, what men and women request for their last meal reflects how they live their lives and how they chose to face their deaths, and offers Americans a direct human connection to the people they've decided should die for their crimes. And as a ritual, the last meal is intended not to comfort the condemned, but to soften for society the harsh fact that a human is about to be killed with the law's full sanction. And that comes from John Sheldon. He is a Virginia death penalty lawyer. He has actually sat with 3 condemned men in the hours before their exceptions, including famous Washington sniper John Allen Muhammad, saying, "I don't know anybody who has eaten the last meal. In my experience, it is unlikely that someone is going to be hungry and is going to want a meal. It's either not ordered or it's ordered and not eaten." And there are some states that put like strict regulations, like Florida. Budget's only $40 per inmate, and the last meal must be purchased locally. Oklahoma has only approved $15 to spend on a last meal, and it's subject to the warden's approval. For Oklahoma, the meal has to be purchased from a restaurant within the town of McAllister, home to the death chamber. The staff doesn't prepare it. The last man executor ordered a deep dish meat lover's pizza from Pizza Hut and deep fried shrimp with cocktail sauce and hush puppies from fast food outlet Long John Silver's. A review of last meal's requests in Texas between 1982 and 2003 shows the most popular requests were grilled or fried foods like burgers, fried chicken, or steaks. Some believe this suggests the condemned has sought a last essential reminder of home before they died. Saying most of the offenders come from fairly poor backgrounds, it's a memory of something about life on the outside. When we went out to have a good time, what did we have? Saying a significant number of inmates forgo the last meal, whether in defiance of the ritual or for lack of appetite, or even for spiritual reasons. Apparently, David Clark, who was executed in Texas in 1992 at age 32 for a double murder, told prison officials he wanted to fast. Sheldon says they have other things on their mind. Inmates have gotten tired of cooperating with these rituals of death. Alcohol is prohibited, and requests for cigarettes and bubblegum have been turned down. And so apparently the ritual of the last meal captures the public imagination because the activity of sitting down for dinner is one Americans with no experience of prison life can relate to. It brings us back to the fact that this is a human being who will not be having any more dinners like we do. There's a drama associated with it. This is the Last Supper. Maybe it has that Christian connotation. So, there's a mixed review on last meals. Like, some are saying that it's a mockery. Some say they don't deserve it. And you can take it with a grain of salt. You can decide how you feel on your own. But that is what we know about the last meal. I have his last words.
Oh, God.
So, I'm going to read directly because, like, it's kind of been hard to read down. We're trying out a new lighting situation, and
yeah, so she doesn't have her glasses on, if you noticed.
It's
and I can't read crap without glasses.
So I don't have my glasses on because the current lighting doesn't allow for adjustability, so it kind of reflects off my glasses.
Yes.
So his last words. What is about to transpire in a few moments is wrong. However, we as human beings do make mistakes and errors. This execution is one of those wrongs yet doesn't mean our whole system of justice is wrong. Therefore, I would forgive all who have taken part in any way in my death. Also, to anyone I have offended in any way during my 39 years, I pray and ask your forgiveness, just as I forgive anyone who offended me in any way. And I pray and ask God's forgiveness for all of us respectively as human beings. To my loved ones, I extend my undying love. To those close to me, know in your hearts I love you one and all. God bless you all, and may God's best blessings be always yours. Ronald C. O'Bryan. P.S. During my time here, I have been treated well by all TDC personnel. That's his last words.
Well, he said TDC, which is the Texas Department of Corrections. So, in other words, they protected him from the other inmates.
Which
may have been a full-time job.
I'll probably edit this up. It's really bad. I say they should have because it would have saved the state money.
Oh, God. Yeah, but they might have gotten sued.
Who was going to sue? The wife wanted nothing to do with it.
Well, his family might have, his sister, his brother. I don't know if he had.
They all testified against him. They wanted nothing to do with him.
Oh, well.
I'm sorry.
I don't think I could forgive my brother for killing my nieces and nephews.
And trying to kill other children.
Yes.
So, during the execution, a crowd of 300 demonstrators gathered outside the prison, cheered, while some yelled, "Trick or treat." Others showered anti-death penalty demonstrators with candy.
Oh my God. That is hysterical.
This was the most hated man in Texas.
Yes. The candy man.
The candy man.
Crazy. Crazy.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious about what people think, because this has played into this urban legend. Comes back around every time about this time this year.
Yes.
And it's people genuinely believe that people are out to get their children. So my whole thing is, if you're that paranoid,
don't let them trick or treat.
Why are you taking them trick or treating? Take them to a trunk or treat event at the church.
Yeah. Or buy them candy.
Or take them, I know for us, like our mall, because I worked at a store in the mall, we passed out candy like during an event. Like they would bring their kids around the stores, and it was candy provided by the mall to the stores, and we'd pass out candy.
Okay, so she just made a really good point. This is the one and only poisoning of candy.
And it was a father
doing it to get
his children.
Yeah, to get life insurance.
So take this urban legend with a grain of salt, because trust me, no one is out to get your children.
No. Now that we've said that, something's going to happen.
Something's going to happen, and I'm going to get attacked, and I'm just going to be like, okay.
Yeah.
They're going to come after me, and that's okay. I accept that. But I have a full standing of, if you're that paranoid, take them to an official event. Yes. Churches do them, malls do them. If you're in a college town, like if you're in West Virginia, like in Morgantown, West Virginia, the school puts on a trunk or treat event. Like my APO, we did it.
Yeah.
Go to those, because trust me.
Or buy the kid their own candy.
You can control which candy they get, because what also
dress them up. Let them answer the door.
Because what also pisses me off is the parents who go through their kids' candy and throws out their candy.
Yes.
That pisses me off. Like, I understand if, like, there's an allergy or in it, because I'm allergic to peanuts. I've been allergic to peanuts, like, most of my life, and so that was the one thing.
Yeah. Well, I have one kid that was allergic to grape juice, and you wouldn't believe how many things have grape juice.
And I was allergic to peanuts.
Yes.
So like
And
on Halloween, that was like the big thing is that you had a separate bag of stuff I was safe to eat. So anything peanut related, you just switched out the candy.
yes. And the thing is that there are so many allergies out there that I understand you not being able to do
But it's
certain
the parents
things.
that are like the almond moms and like the people who are so nitpicky about not having their children exposed to refined
Yeah.
sugar and all that.
Yes. If
And
you have a problem with all this stuff, don't take them trick or treating. Dress them up,
do your own thing.
let them open the door, and give them a bag of
Or do
candy
your
for
own
them.
thing. Or do your own thing.
Yeah, I mean, there are so many events. The mall is a great idea.
If you're in Auburn, Washington, or if you're in Washington, the Outlet Collection in Auburn, we do events on Halloween where
Yes.
the stores, you can bring your kids and walk them around the stores and they pass out candy.
Yeah, there's all sorts of places. I'm sure Mall of America in, is it Minnesota?
Yeah,
I'm sure they do something.
I'm pretty sure most malls
I'm
do.
sure you can't even walk the whole mall.
I'm sure most malls do.
Yes.
But there's options. But as I say, this is like the only known case of Halloween candy poisoning, and that was because a dad was specifically targeting his
His
children
kids.
for a life insurance policy.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
But yes, the Candyman was the most hated man in Texas.
I bet he was. Okay. So if you guys have any questions or comments or anything,
Please be nice.
yeah, please be nice. I don't know if we should have commented so much on where to take your kid trick or treating, but we're just, you know, so
I get fiery about Halloween because it's like my favorite time of the year.
yes. We love Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas.
I love Halloween.
Yes. Well, Thanksgiving is all the good food.
It's my birthday.
And my birthday is in December. And then Christmas is all the good food, too. We do Christmas cookies and all that kind of stuff for our friends, fudge and everything like that.
Yeah.
So, okay, just let us know if you have any questions or comments or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, so the episode's not over like we all thought. We made a comment about how, once we talk about this, something's gonna happen. Well, apparently on October 28th, in Allegheny County in Pennsylvania, police are investigating after a bag suspected of containing cocaine was found in a trick-or-treater's bag on Saturday night. According to a Facebook post from Ingram Borough Police on Saturday night, they were alerted to an unknown substance in the child's trick-or-treat bag. When given the evidence, the powder was in a small, knotted bag, and preliminary tests came back positive for cocaine. Saying the Ingram Police Chief Jack Doherty said a grandmother had found a small baggie of cocaine, or we suspected cocaine at the time, in the 8-year-old's bag. We tamed it, we tested it, it came back positive on the test for cocaine. It's a form of cocaine, essentially. She said it was the biggest night for trick-or-treater treating he had seen in his 25 years, saying, I don't feel that this is nefarious. People that can afford that kind of drug aren't passing that kind of a drug out. And that comes from an Ingram resident, Shelley Johnson, saying, another resident saying, my hope is that it was an accidental occurrence, that someone wouldn't drop cocaine in a bag of candy for children. I hope that's a mistake. Police are continuing to investigate, but they think it was probably a mistake. Saying, I was just this morning at a couple of houses. I was talking to some people about it. No new information was obtained, and that was from the police chief. And take that how you are. I still stand by what I said in the episode. I truly do not believe someone would purposely target your child. And I believe, like I said, drugs are expensive. Even the police chief pointed that out. People who can afford that type of drug aren't just not going to hand that out easily or freely. But I really do hope everyone has a safe Halloween. Whether you celebrate or not, I hope it's good. People who are in Washington State, I know you guys are getting battered by a rainstorm. And I hope you guys stay safe, you guys stay warm. And I just hope you guys have a fun night.